responding to serious youth violence in the West Midlands training really kind of reflects my PhD journey over the last 5 years. As many people know, my study has really sought to look at what serious violence has looked like in terms of the context of gun and knife crime. And now we're talking about issues to do with children and young people being criminally exploited in a range of different ways. And I guess my journey really looks at some of the key points in the shifts from that 2009 to 2012 period, where we had two different governments, and following the riots of 2011, what's happened up until this particular point. And I guess my research really gives insights into some of the key changes, some of the gaps, but then really utilizing the opportunity to kind of create what I call a typology. And that typology is for us to be able to identify the problem, but also think about what interventions essentially look like and how those interventions are going to be effective moving forward.
I'm really enjoying the passion that Craig's putting across in what he's doing. And I think that it's really bringing up a lot of kind of thought process for me, like, oh, maybe I need to do this, or maybe I need to think about that, or whatever. And I think that's the thing that I'm taking most from today, is the importance of understanding and knowledge.
My mind's been quite blown by the experience. I've just said that to somebody a moment ago. And there's a lot to take in. There's a lot of things that I need to reflect on and think about how I can put things into context within our school, but also across the other schools that I'm working with at the moment.
10-year-olds that were funny, gifted, talented, had all of the kind of charm in the world. How is it 5 years later, many of them ended up killing other children and young people in our city? How? What happened? What happened? Children never wake up one day just saying, you know what, they want to kill other children and young people. Something's happened.
The biggest thing I'm going to take away is just really pushing myself to meet the standard of finding how we can best serve them, and understanding that I'm not always going to be the most equipped, but I can point people towards those who are more equipped to help them, and we can all work together using our different skills to help these young people.
One of the things that we're trying to do here at Solve across the West Midlands is create a standard. And that standard is of all workers that are coming from different backgrounds, different perspectives, working with children and young people. There needs to be that barometer that if individuals want to understand children and young people in today's context, we need to adhere to that standard. No different to if you're a social worker, no different if you're a training nurse, no different if you're an individual that is a therapist. There needs to be a standard. And one of the biggest things that I've identified on this journey through my research is there isn't a standard no more for working with children and young people. And that's part of the thing that I'm trying to bring back, creating that standing in the West Midlands to be able to respond to children and young people.